So what if I told you you've been doing it all wrong? You've been working way too hard, but really all you need is maybe 10% of the effort you've been putting in to actually start seeing results and get closer and closer to your goal. If you feel like this is a lie, then keep watching this video because I'm gonna actually prove to you how just 10% of your effort is all that is needed for you to create momentum to keep going and start getting closer to your goal. Hello, so if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Michelle, and on this channel I talk about basically the hacks of how you can start building up healthy habits. That way you not only reach your goal, but you keep your results forever. So in this video today, as I promised, I will share with you how you can actually put in minimal effort yet still get closer and closer to your goal. Now the reason I say this is because you've probably been working out for a really long time. You probably are used to spending 1 to 2 hours minimum amount of like 4 days a week at the gym, or you feel like you need to do that. And then on top of that, you go on diets like keto or maybe low carb, low fat diets because you feel like that is the approach that you need to take in order for you to reach your goal. You feel like you need to put in a mass amount of effort or do something so extreme in order for a change to happen within your life. Now, I want to tell you in this video with complete honesty that yes, those things work, but you don't need to take those drastic steps in order for you to actually get closer to your goal. Especially if you're looking to build healthy habits and you're not like some bikini competitor like I was, or like an athlete like this person. So here are the key things that you should be focusing on so that you can actually start creating momentum, which is what will get you started and keep you going and get you to your goal. So the first and foremost is you want to take an approach called the 5-minute approach, which is basically you want to commit yourself to doing at least 5 minutes of something, just 5 minutes. And I know this sounds really weird, but trust me, if you can do 5 minutes, those 5 minutes will end up being maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, without you setting the strong expectation that it has to be something longer and then procrastinating at the end because you feel like it's too much to do or that you don't have time to do it and then ending up skipping it or not doing it at all. So by committing to 5 minutes, you're being a little bit easier on yourself, and it might seem like it won't add up, but think about it this way. You can't get to the end of the staircase, at the top of the staircase, without taking those little steps, right? So these 5 minutes are creating that momentum that you need in the beginning. Now the other thing is that you want to make sure that you set the right expectations for yourself, meaning that if you've never worked out before, don't set yourself the expectation that you're going to be at the gym for an hour and a half, right? It just does not make sense and you're being too hard on yourself then. Instead, set the expectation of starting maybe home workouts and committing to 10 minutes if you've never worked out before, right? It's more so about creating a habit and being consistent rather than trying to be perfect. And sometimes when we set expectations for ourselves, we set too high of expectations or some type of expectations where we expect ourselves to be perfect. But what are we? We are humans, right? So nothing will ever be perfect and we have to start off somewhere. And I like to always tell my clients to start off by doing something that they know they can do. So in terms of nutrition, an example could be like, I had a client that approached me to help her with both exercise and nutrition. For her nutrition, she was struggling at keeping up with any type of healthy habit. And so she asked me to give her a meal plan or to set her up with macronutrients. Macronutrients are basically how you define a food, right? It's either protein, carb, fat, and it's divided into those portions. And I told her that by doing so, it would actually throw her off, and over time, it would become too intimidating or too much for her to handle. So instead, I took that big goal and I divided into smaller goals that will eventually get her to that point where she can count her macronutrients. And so the first thing that I gave her was actually just ensuring that she drank enough water and that she was getting in more vegetables. Now that seems so simple, right? But for someone who is not used to paying attention to their water intake, or someone who's not used to getting enough vegetables and more so eating processed foods, this actually turned out to be quite a goal, right? So this is what I mean by expectations, right? And if I set her up with macronutrients right from the start, it would just be too overwhelming for her, and eventually after a week or 2 weeks, she would quit. But this way, we worked our way up slowly, and eventually she got to counting her macronutrients and was able to sustain that habit for long term. And lastly, the last tip that I want to go over today with you is to have a beginner's mind. So what does that mean? Think about a time when you just first started working towards a goal on something and you've never tried that approach before, and you're so willing to learn. You'll read all the books, you'll listen to all the people and adapt all those things that those people talk about. But sometimes with nutrition and exercise, you've probably tried all sorts of diets, you've probably tried all sorts of workout programs, and for someone to tell you to do something again, it's really hard for you to do it because you worry about failing again, you worry it won't work like the other approaches didn't work for you. So you're less likely to listen or apply all of it. And then obviously that costs you over the long run because you're not applying everything, and so you end up not seeing any results. So this is where having a beginner's mind is super, super important. So what that really means is that you want to approach everything with an open mind and be willing to learn and willing to apply all the skills that are laid out in front of you. So even if it seems something so basic, you've done it before, do it again, because that will get you to where you want to be eventually, right? And I can't say that enough. I've had so many clients who want to approach health and fitness with something so extreme because they're so used to that when I give them something so simplified, they actually struggle with that. But that only is because they have this mindset that they have to approach it with something so harsh. But instead, once they approach it with a more open mindset, they are more likely to adapt those changes, continue on, and get to their goal eventually. So with that all being said, I hope this video has helped you out. It is very, very, very simple, right? Comment below if you agree that these methods are super simple to apply, and give this video a thumbs up if you found this information very helpful. Now, there will be more videos coming out, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and look out and hit that notification bell as well, so that way you're notified when my videos come out. I just want to quickly note that yes, this approach is very simple and it seems so easy, but it honestly can be so simple and so easy. So no more giving in 120% to get to your goal. No more draining yourself of the energy. No more of being tired and resenting your journey when you can actually just put in less effort and still get to your goal. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.